So C programming, everyone know about the C programming. It is a middle level programming language, yeah, developed by Dennis Ritchie in the year of 1917. So the C programming is a basic one. So if you go for any high level programming language, C++, Java, or Python, or programming, any programming language we can go, but basically we know that C programming, because if you know very well C programming, then it is very easy to develop any high level programming languages. So where C is a very basic fundamental to everyone in that software line. So the benefits of C language, it is a middle level language. It combines both the features of high level and low level languages. And also it is a structured programming language. So structured programming language is nothing but we have some structured part, yeah, that is a header file, then we have a declaration, then we have a input and output part. So we have some structured format function, so like that. So which allows a complex program, we can able to divide the complex program into many sub programs very easier with the help of function. Then so the various features of C, that including direct access to mission level hardwares, we can able to do the any projects with the help of C programming. If you have any hardware, yeah, that is like embedded devices, so we can able to add we can able to write the code with the help of C language. So through that we can able to execute the our hardware devices like embedded system. And also it is a case sensitive. So case sensitive nothing but what we have some predefined keywords are available, so predefined syntax are available, so we have to use it as it is, we should not change it, because someone has designed like that, we have to use it. So whatever application we want to develop, so based on that we have to use that particular keywords for our use. So we should not change it anything. If we are, for example, we have a while. So in that while, no, we have a syntax like that, WHILE. Everything should be in the form of lowercase. We should not change it. So that is a case sensitive. So it is a very highly portable. So because it is, it can be support any OS, that is a Windows, Unix, and then Linux operating system. So we can write the programming, and also we can write the simple programming, and also we can able to develop the applications like games, the applications, graphics oriented or the calculation based. Then we have any that is at student level applications like that we can able to develop. So here it provides a high number of that is a built-in functions like a mathematical. If you want to perform any mathematical operation, then we have a SQRT, then cos, sine function, tan. So like that we have some predefined functions are available. So based on our applications, we can able to use it wherever we want. It also offer the dynamic memory allocation. So we have in that memory allocation, we have a two major part. One is a static, another one is what dynamic. So static nothing but, so we should not change it anything as it is. When you're declaring the memory, we have a variable a that occupy the memory size is 20. If you are mentioning like that, we should not change it anything. So the 20, so we have to allocate, we are assigned the 20 spaces where we can able to allocate the some value. Whereas a dynamic memory allocations are based on the usage, we can use it's a remaining space, we can use it for the further purpose. So that is a dynamic memory allocation. So whatever space we required, so that much of space only we can able to use it. So remaining space we can able to use for the further or future purpose. So the C language, yeah, it going to be implements the algorithm and data structures. So in order to perform the very faster computations purpose, because the concept of data structure, now we have a tree concept, graph, linked list, so much of some advanced concepts are available. If you want to implement through the machines, then we can go for the C programming. It is a very comfortable and also flexible to use any users. So the next part is the structure of C programming. So before going to write write the C programming, we should know that what is the structure of C programming. So it should be like that. That is start with the header file section. That is hash include studio.h. Then if you want to give the clear screen, then you go for the conio.h. So like that we have a header files are available. After that, we have a main of the program. So in that main of the program, that should be start with void main. Then we have a declaration part. So in the declaration part, we have a data type, then followed by variables. In some cases, if you want to assign the value directly, then we can give it to the declaration part directly. Then another section is what input and output. So where the input, no, we can based on our application or a program, so whatever inputs we want to get it from the user, here also we have a two methods. So first method is what we can get it value during the runtime. Otherwise what to do, in the program itself we can able to assign it. So we can able to perform, we can able to do the get the values that is the input values in the two method. One is what the program itself we can able to assign it. Another method is what, so during the runtime we can able to collect it, and we can do that calculation, then we can get the output. Then the operators. So operators, nothing but a symbol that tells a compiler to perform specific mathematical operation. So if your operators nothing but we know that plus minus, so it can be classified into like that. That is that basically given, that is a built-in operators which are available in the C programming. Arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical, bitwise, assignment operator, then we have a ternary operator. So these are all the operators we require in order to perform calculations, in order to perform some mathematical or logical operations. So that time we require. So here arithmetic operators nothing but if you want to perform any basic calculation, suppose addition we want to perform, so we require the operator is what, plus. Then subtraction, minus, then multiplication, then division, modulo operator. The basically the difference between the division and then modulo operator. So using that modulo operator, we can get the remainder value. Whereas in division operator, we can get the quotient part. So whenever we require the quotient part, we can go for the division operation. Otherwise, if you want to get the remainder value, then we can go for the modulo, that is a percentage symbol. Then relational operator, we can compare it, that is whether it's a greater than or less than. So likewise, less than operator, greater than equal, whether that particular student has scored greater than 90 marks. So like that, if you want to do any programming or application, if you want to develop, then we can use it, those symbols, the particular application level. Then logical. In that logical, we have that is at R operation, and so like that we have a certain operators are available. Then here we have a assignment operator. Then we can able to assign it. For example, A value is equivalent to 20, then B value is equivalent to some 20. Now, if you want to compare it, so that is that you just want to assign it. A value is equivalent to B value. So like that we can do that assignment operator. Then one more operator is also available, equal. That should be comes under that in the relational operator. Equal nothing but what, left hand side value is equivalent to your right hand side value. So like that, if you want to do any comparison, then we can go for the equal. Assignment nothing but just you are assigning the right hand side value to assign to the left hand side variable. Then one more special operator, that is a ternary operator, which tells that that is without using if statement, without using if, how we are going to compare the value. So that with the help of ternary operator, we can able to use it. So here we should not use it any, sometimes the question will ask without using if statement, no, how to compare the two values, and also we want to return the value. So that case is what to do, we can use a ternary operator. So the next one is what, function. Functions are very important in that C programming, because suppose if you want to do any project, so that project now we have a n number of modules generally. So each and every module we want to do the computation. Finally, we want to combine each, then we can get the final solution. So the each module we have some certain calculation. So that calculation can be done with the help of function. Separate module. So if you feel any complex program, what to do, you just fast divided that portions input, getting the values from the user, then do the computation, then finally you can do the analyzing, then at last we want to combine it. So the functions are very important for any complex program. So here the functions nothing but it's going to perform certain tasks. It's a part of the program. It is used to perform certain tasks. So what is the definition, what is the syntax of this? So this is a syntax. We have to mention the return type. Return type nothing but whether it's an integer type or character. So like that we have to give this return type here. Over here, then give the function name. Function name is what? User defined name. So whatever name you want to assign, you just give it. Then followed by parameters list. So parameters list, you have to specify what are all the values you want to pass. That may be, that maybe you have to give default also. Without passing any value, we can able to do that. Then followed by body of the function. So whatever calculation we want, you just do it. So here, these are all the very important parts of the function. One is your return type. Return type is a very important. You have to mention the type of function, return type of your function. So whether it's an integer or character, string, like that. Then function name, the second one. Then we have a third one is what? Parameter. Parameter is like a placeholder. When a function is invoked, you can pass a value to the parameter. Here we have a argument parameter or actual parameter. Then we have function body. Actually, the calculation is going to be performed within the body of the function. Suppose if you want to perform addition of two values, you want to perform. So then we require the two variables. So that value you have to pass it through the parameter list. So then after getting the values, then we can do the calculation with the help of body of the function. Then the conditional statements in C. So conditional statements are very important, the C programming. If you want to do anything, so if you take any simple program or complex program or any, you are going to develop the application, we have some comparison part. So in that comparison part, we have to do the conditional statements. With the help of that, we can able to perform it. So the first one is what? If statement, if else statement, then conditional expression, then we have a nested if statement. So the first we'll see if statement. So in that if statement, suppose if you want to compare the two variables, so A value with B value, then we have a syntax. If A is greater than of B, then we have some statement, else that else part will comes under the second part. So only we have to check the condition. When that particular conditions alone true, then we can use the first one. In the second one, if else, first condition true, then we can execute the statement number one, else the second one. Then the third one is what? Conditional expression. These conditional expressions are equal to a ternary operator. So in the ternary operator, there also we want to check the condition, but we don't have any if statement, if symbol. We don't have any if. Without using if, how we can do the comparison? So that is a ternary. So that ternary part we are going to use it in a conditional expression. Then the fourth one is what? Nested if statement. If you have a more number of if statements. For example, if you want to compare you have three variables, A, B, C, like that. So A value something that is the greatest among three values. So what to do? First, you have to compare it with the A value, compare with the B, and A value, compare with the C. That is a first statement. If it is so, then we can return the A is a greater. Another else part is what? We have to compare the two more variables, B and C. Then again we can use a if B is greater than of C. If it is so, then B is a greater. Otherwise, yes, we have a result is what? C. So the greatest among three numbers, that type of problems, if we want to execute, then we can go for the nested if statements. Next one is what looping statements. Looping statements generally classified into three types: while loop, do while. Third one is what for loop. In that while and do while. So in that while loop, we have to check the condition first. Once the condition is true, then only we can able to execute the body of the program. Whereas in the do while looping statements, no, first we have to execute the body of the program. Then we, at last only we can execute the, check the condition. That is a difference between while and do while. Example, you see here, this is a while looping statement. So first here you see while condition. First check the condition. When the condition is satisfied, then only we can able to execute the statements. Otherwise we can't do anything. So it is called entry controlled loop. So the condition is evaluated before processing a body of the loop. So if you want to execute any statements, first check the condition. When the condition true, for example, a is greater than of 0. Yes, if it is a is a variable which holding the value greater than of 0, then only we can able to execute the statement. If, for example, a value is equivalent to -1, so we could not execute the statement. So first check the condition and also satisfied, then we can go to the executing the statements. Then do while, first execute the statements, then check the condition. So you see here do, then execute the statements, then at end only we can check the condition. That is the difference between while and do while. Then the next one is what? For loop. So for loop is a very interesting, it's a very important also. Here we have, that is a very efficient and also flexible when you are compared with the while and do while. So in the for loop syntax, everyone can easily understand because only it have the three parameters. So you can easily understand. So here you see initial value, condition, then increment or decrement. So we have a three parameters. First initial value you have to provide, then we have a condition, then increment or decrement. Actually it will be execute like that. First parameter, then go for the third parameter, then check the condition. So the condition is a Boolean expression that tests and compare the counter to a fixed value after each iteration, stopping the for loop when false is returned. Yes, when the condition failure. Once a condition failure, it simply come out of the loop. Otherwise, each and every step is going to be continuously checking and do the calculation. Next one is what? Array. Array generally we know that it's a collection of items stored at contiguous memory locations. The idea is store the multiple items of the same type together. It's very simple. It's a collection of items. We have some n number of items are available which returns the same data type. For example, I have a student's mark list. So mark list. So we can able to store it in the integer data type. So marks nothing but what's all are integer. So we have some n number of student marks are available. We are going to assign the data type is what? Integer. So we can simply, we have to give the group of member, that is a of 20. So 20 marks can able to store it in that array. The return type is what? Integer. And one more thing, the array values always start at the index position 0. So this is a array structure. Here you see array ARR is a array variable name. So user defined only. We can able to give anything A1, B1 like that. So square brackets. Then within that, which indicates a 0. 0 is the base value. So from that base value, 0th index position only, we are going to start. Then it will be incremented according to that whatever size provided. For example, 20, then it will be started the index position 0 to 19th. So advantage of array when you compare with C++, it's a random access of elements, use of less line of code. Yes, here we can able to simplify the code. So if you feel any complex program, no, we can able to write it very simple manner, because here we have some operators, then we have conditional statements, functions, so much of predefined things are available. Using that, we can able to simplify it. Then drawbacks allows a fixed number of elements to be entered, which is decided at the time of allocation. Unlike the linked list, an array is in C not dynamic. Yes, in that array of C, it's a static only. It is not dynamic. That is a drawback. So insertion and deletion of elements can be costly since the elements are needed to be managed in accordance with the new memory allocation. Next part is what recursion. Recursion is a very simple. It is a process in which the function calls again and again until that particular condition satisfied. So that is called what recursion. So using recursive algorithm, we can able to solve such a problems, towers of Hanoi. Then we have traversal tree, we have in order, pre-order, post tree. Then we have a depth first search. We have in a depth first search in the data structure concept. We have a graph concept. So in case in these are all the problems we can able to solve with the help of recursion. So these are one example of solving the recursion. So here we want to find out the value. We want to find out the value of counter value. Okay. So what to do? This is a question paper I have taken from the GATE 2018. So initially the counter value is equivalent to 8. Actually, we are going to start the program with the help of main. So this is a main program. Here we have a function name is what CALC 4,81. Then so what to do? It is going to the it's going to be calling to the CALC. Then we have a A is what 4, B is what 81. So we are going to check it condition counter value incremental. When if B value is equivalent to 3, then return A value 3 times we are going to return it. So here you see what is the B value here 81. So initially B value is equivalent to 81. So here you see B is equivalent to 3, equal operator. It is not equivalent to 3. So we can apply this, you can go for the next part. So here you can divide by 3. So here what will happen? 81 divided by 3, no, 27. Then we can return the C value. Again check it. Again check it if B value is equivalent to 3. So again and again it will be going to be check it. With the help of this diagram, we can able to clearly understand. So here you see initially our A value is equivalent to 4, B value is equivalent to 81. So initially B value is equivalent to 81. Then we can go to the division. Yeah, B divided by 3. So that time what will happen? Counter value is equivalent to 1. So 4,27. Now A value is equivalent to 4, B value 27. So here also B value is not equivalent to 3. Then apply the 27 divided by 3. We can get the answer is what? 9. Now the counter value is equivalent to 2. Again, what will happen? A value is equivalent to 4. From the result, B value is equivalent to 9. Again, B is not equivalent to 3. Again, apply the 9 divided by 3. Now the B value is equivalent to 3. Counter value is equivalent to 3. Now check it. A value is equivalent to 4. B is equivalent to 3. Yes, condition satisfied. Now the counter value is equivalent to 4. So now we want to find out the counter value. So the counter value of this program is 4. So this is also one more example of a recursive implementation. So recursive implementation is nothing but again and again we can do the calculation until our condition satisfy. So this is a one more example of factorial of number. So here we have taken the example is what 6 factorial. So 6 factorial nothing but what that particular number multiplied each and every time you have to do the decrement operation until that 1. So here we have a n value is equivalent to 6. So 6 into then n minus 1 into again until it is going to reach to 1. So 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. Otherwise we can say 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Both are equal. Is equivalent to 720. So again and again we can do the calculation. So we can get the result. How it is possible? This is a factorial of function calculation. So and one more thing, 0 factorial is equivalent to 1. For 0 factorial value is equivalent to 1. So we can apply on this calculation, we can get the result. So now we suppose if you want to perform some perfect sum calculation, so one array values are given here, then k value is equivalent to 30. So what is the meaning of that? So given the set where we have n number of values are available, k value is equivalent to 30. So our task, we want to achieve that 30. So how to do it? We can add it any two values. So from that we can get the result. So here what will happen, 12 comma 18 is equal to 30. So like that 5 comma 12 comma 30. So we have to add that particular element so that we can get the result. So such that we can do the calculation. So this is the example of pointer. So what they are asking, no, the given the sequence of number, then IP is equivalent to AR plus 4, then IP of 1. So print of IP of 1. They are asking IP of 1, then return the 0. So what is the value of IP of 1? So here what to do? So this is the output. Actually, this is the array. Given the array, arrays always start at the index position is what, 0. So like that, our so here the values are given like that. So we can place it as it is. Zeroth index we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Then we have a 0, 1, 2, 5. So totally we have a array index 0th to 12 index. So initially what will happen? IP points to 0. Okay, actually here IP is equivalent to ARR plus 4. IP is pointing to ARR plus 4. So initially IP is pointing to here, then after that what will happen? IP pointer is pointing at the location of ARR plus 4. So 0 plus 4 is equivalent to what? 4. So skipping after the after that 4 positions, isn't it? 0, 1, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. So what will happen now? IP is pointing to this location. So now in the printf system call, one more position is skipped. So it will print the ARR plus 5, skip 5 position from the starting. So now we want to print out the answer of 6th position. So why it's a 6th position? ARR plus 4 now pointing to this is a 0th location or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we are skipping that ARR plus 4. So what will happen? It points to the next location. So it points to the next location. That is what, 5th location. So where we have an answer is what, 6. So 6 will be printed. So the answer is what? A. Option number A. Suppose we want to print the values like that. That is the first row A, second row we have a, third row we have a 3A's like that. So this type of questions will be getting in many questions paper. So what to do here? The general thing is what we have to use the two looping statement, two for looping. One is what, outer loop, then we have a inner loop. So what will happen? We can concentrate. First one is that outer loop. Take the initial value and then go to the inner loop fully. Inner loop fully is nothing but what? For example, here I am going to take the outer loop value is equivalent to 1. So now the j value, what will happen? 1. Then j value incremented by 1, 2, and then the j value is going to be increased till 3. So now we have a combination 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Next step, what will happen here? Inner loop condition is failure. Then again come back to the outer loop. Now I value is equivalent to 2. Then again same procedure. It's entering the inner loop. In inner loop as it is 1, 2, 3. So going to be executed like that, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the general procedure. If you want to make any this type of outputs, star star or star, then second row we have a star, empty star. So any kind of pattern we can able to do it with the help of outer loop and inner loop. Okay, thank you. So the next video will see some more gate questions paper along with the answer. Thank you.